next we have Brianna Bond, and we need a subject for our next TED Talk. Yes?
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe?
How to properly shear a llama.
Chuck Norris.
Tic-tac-toe with Chuck Norris is your topic.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Ray. And we're going to be talking about one of my favorite games with one of my least favorite people. Tic-tac-toe. Not to be confused with hot cross buns. With Chuck Norris. What is a legacy? A legacy is something that you leave behind. You would think that that is the appropriate answer, wouldn't you? No, no. A legacy is defeating your enemies in a time-honored traditional game of X's and O's. This is very sensitive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you just tell me?
Are you doing it?
Yes. You can point to me or you can
I'll point
flourish.
at you.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, life isn't always fair. You're not always going to win the game. In fact, I lost the game. But we always try to figure out how to get away with murder, how to, somewhat less drastically, how to win at tic-tac-toe. We have our best gumshoes on the case. They're a bit of a sticky situation. Sometimes they get stuck. Especially when it comes to Chuck Norris. That man has gotten away with everything. In fact, we haven't even proved that he's done it, but we're not there yet. What we must do is we must begin again. We must look inside of ourselves. We must go all the way back to Vader or our Vader, our fathers. Sometimes we must look to Jigglypuff, our childhood. And that is where we were taught how first to play tic-tac-toe, is it not? Yes, exactly. Thank you. So by beginning again, we will eventually figure out how to win. We will eventually get away with things, some less drastically than others. Next slide, please. Oh my goodness. This is a prime example of how we get away with things. This is the most elaborate game of tic-tac-toe anyone has ever seen, which is how they are getting away with that murder. We tried to have Chuck Norris pose for it, but obviously he's in the background somewhere and we couldn't see him. Next slide, please. Now this is our frustration levels as our games and murder continue. We start here with a, if we close our eyes, sometimes we can't see. And then sometimes it becomes a pounding headache. We wish for the best, and then eventually, you know, we want to tell about our accomplishments, don't we? We must tell the world. We must listen to our own accomplishments, and then smile for our mugshot after we get caught. But here we have a side graph of the effectiveness of getting away with things and winning. You see, the P in the center stands for perfection, all right? And then we have zeta perfection with an extra P just because of ha, as a silent P. And then the other letters, they just don't matter. It just increasingly gets better and better as you keep getting away with things, as you keep winning. Next slide, please. This is the face of a winner. This is the innocence of someone who has gotten away with everything. Try to be like this child. Next slide, please. Now, sometimes life isn't always fair. Sometimes you're not going to win. Sometimes you get caught. And if you're lucky, you get to write a cute little apology post-it note. It says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I beat you in tic-tac-toe. I'm sorry I took the lunch out of your lunchbox in the fridge that was clearly marked with your name. I'm sorry that I got caught. Unfortunately, Chuck Norris has never written this note. We will make him. We will find him. And you all will be the first to know. Next slide, please. It's true. The world might not be ready for when we inevitably catch Chuck Norris. Whenever we catch him, whenever we beat him at his own game. And hopefully, like Bugs Bunny says, that's all, folks, but let's find out next time. So in conclusion, we have the winners. We have the Spartans, the Centurions, the ones, the Captain Morgan, the posers, the winners. And then we have the deer. The deer in the forest, the ones that always get away if you're a terrible hunter, if you're not Chuck Norris. Those are the losers. Don't be like the losers. Don't make everybody go, oh, dear. People will fawn over you. No, so with these two, I must say, just be a winner. Just be like my nemesis, Chuck Norris, and all will go well for you. Thank you very much.